Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Yep, we're talking about Robocop. Hey, welcome back to World Entertainment, and Robocop, the TV series, is moving forward at Amazon. And they're giving us a little bit of information, not a hell of a lot, but there is more information, kind of what their plan is in the direction they want to go to. It sounds worrying, but when you actually kind of look at it a bit deeper, you kind of go, maybe this is the direction they're going to actually try and go in. So, of course, Robocop 1987 was when the first movie came out. Fantastic movie. Then it was followed up, I think it was 1990 when Robocop 2 came out. Maybe 89, but I think it was 1990 when Robocop 2 came out, which was... And then Robocop 3, and the less said about that, the better. But the idea of a new TV series, because you have to remember, there was a TV series of Robocop years and years ago, back in the early 90s. I actually watched it. I actually enjoyed it for what it was. But the question is, with a series, like, are you going to get stuff like this with a series? Now, it is from Amazon, so they can go R-rated with it. So, what it's saying here, and we now have details on how many episodes. So, it's meant to be an 8-episode series. So, it's saying, as was first reported, Amazon MGM Studios is officially moving forward with a new Robocop TV series. Now, the one thing they're pointing out here is they don't have Robocop spelt with the uppercase C in cop. It's just a lowercase. And if you remember the movie, it was the capital R for Robo and then capital C on cop. And they're making a big deal over this for some reason, saying like, no, it's not a typo, it's what they're going with. It's like, okay. So it says, developed by Blumhouse, Atomic Monster, the 8-episode series is being developed by Prime Video by showrunner Peter, I'm not sure how you pronounce this, Oko or something like that. OCKO is how it's spelled, so however the hell you pronounce that. Who did Lodge 49, which never heard of, whatever that is. So James Wan, Michael Clear, and Robert Hackett will serve as Robocop's executive producers. James Wan is a good addition. At least you know the kind of like the more disturbing elements. I think he will do quite well with that. Providing he's a bit hands-on. He may not be, may just be in name only, but he's a good addition to have there. The series was first announced 3 years ago, so a lot of time has since been devoted to making sure Amazon gets this reboot right. It's Amazon. Could go anyway. Keep that in mind. So since its debut in 1987, Robocop has endured as one of the most iconic and culturally significant franchises in science fiction. What began as a bold social satire, blending visceral action with a critique of corporate greed, preservation and the nature of identity. I swear to God I can read sometimes. Has resonated across generations, spawning sequels, television series, video games, and comic books. So this is what the official logline says. Now this is where you kind of go, ooh, this is worrying. But when you kind of look at it a bit more, you kind of go, well, maybe this is what they're doing. In themes of humanity versus technology and the consequences of unchecked corporate power feels more relevant today than ever, making it the ideal property to reimagine for a new era of television. So that's where you kind of go, uh-oh. And it says here, unfortunately, that's all we have in terms of plot details. As of now, there's no word on whether we're getting another new take on Alex Murphy, a separate story in the same world, or a complete reimagining. So, what you're kind of looking at from the wording of technology versus humanity, and in today's world with corporate greed, it's so relevant. I think they're talking about AI, humans versus AI. I think that's what they're talking about there, and if they're talking about that, it makes sense. When you hear like, oh, they're going after corporation stuff, you immediately would jump to like, oh, they're talking about Trump and all that type of the Republican Party and how greedy they are, blah blah blah. That's clearly not really what they're going with. It does seem like they are kind of more hinting at the consequences of AI. And of course with Robocop now, and with what happens to Alex Murphy and how, you know, they essentially have to try and erase his mind and all of that stuff and just make him an automaton basically for them. But of course he started to get the memories back. Would they introduce more AI in the portrayal of Robocop's programming in his mind? Of course, as it says, we don't know whether or not it's going to be a full-on reimagining, whether or not it's going to be a new take on Alex Murphy, or whether it's in the same universe, just with someone different. I'm going to assume they're probably going to try and go with Alex Murphy, so I'm going to assume it'll probably be a total reboot. It may not be, but I suppose they could go in a different direction, and maybe that could work better because you're not interfering then with, oh, here's another version of Alex Murphy and blah blah blah. You could still have the original movies over here and then just use this new movie with a new character to kind of upgrade Robocop and stuff. But of course, being called Robocop, you would associate it with Alex Murphy and this look. So will it have this look, or will they try and change it? Because that is Robocop. You know, when you put him in these weird different black suits and stuff like that other remake, it's not really Robocop. That is Robocop. So could you use that look but not be Alex Murphy? Well, of course you can, because Murphy was just meant to be the first of a long line of Robocops, basically. So it'll be interesting to see what and where they go with that. So James Wan was saying, I've been a massive fan of Robocop forever, so getting to help bring this world to television is a dream. What Paul Verhoeven created in '87 was decades ahead of its time, and its questions about technology, identity, and who corporations really serve have only grown more urgent. So that seems to be clarification that he is somewhat hands-on with this, which again, I think that's good news. So with Peter's distinctive version of bold approach to storytelling, alongside Ed and our partners at Amazon MGM Studios, we're working to honor what made the original iconic and highlight its relevancy in this modern tech-driven world, while building something unmistakably new for a global audience. Now that's where you kind of also get worried, is like, oh, are they just going for like the modern audience and stuff? But he said a global audience, a new global audience, rather than like, oh, we need to make it for the modern day audience. He said, no, we need to make it for a global audience. So that's interesting what he's saying there. And they kind of just go on about crafting the whole franchise and stuff like that. It's going to be very interesting to see what they can do. Again, because it's on Amazon, it can be R-rated. Being the fact that it's coming from Blumhouse and James Wan is involved, it most likely will be R-rated, which I think helps it. It's just a question of, is it a reimagining? Is it Alex Murphy? Or is it in the universe of Robocop, so we can be told Alex Murphy was the first and stuff, but this person is now the new Robocop? We'll have to wait and see. It does seem like they're going to go with the technology. AI, I'm pretty sure, is what they would be pushing more than anything. But we'll have to wait and see. So it could be very interesting. Could there be some cameos from past actors and stuff? That's very possible as well. So we'll just wait and see. But they are moving forward with it. So with that, you may as well let me know what you think, and once you do, well then.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
So do like and share and subscribe and all of that good stuff, and check out memberships if you're interested. Cheers, I'll catch you in the next one.